Hello, it is Octy podcast, and we're with Lamberto Palma.
Hello.
And we're going to be talking about
Ammonia fuels and its applications.
exactly. So, but before moving on, I got a small question for you. Can you briefly explain what is energy?
Yeah, I can explain to you. And I think the technical definition about energy is the capable of something to do a work. It's like use something like coal, oil, hydrogen, sunlight to obtain electricity, the movement, or something else. Our cars move with burning the fuel to move. We obtain electricity about the sunlight. So that for me is energy.
Okay, so in the end, you say energy is the ability to do a work?
Yeah, I think so. And I think to better know about energy, we have to do a difference between normal energy, like the historical energies, and renewable energies. It's like the modern energies. The ancient one is like burn something. In the past, we used to burn like coal, oil, or something else to obtain movement or electricity. And in fact, these energies are also the fundamentals one in our economy. In fact, the coal is like the 27% about all the production of energy in the earth. Also, natural gas is the 22%. And oil, worst, is 32%. So a lot of countries use fossil fuels to obtain energy, and that is not good. I was kind of thinking about, because as you know, we have problem about the emission of CO2 and also MH4, that is the methane, and is the reason about our climate problems in Earth. Now I want to talk about renewable energies. This is the second part of my topic, and is the better way to solve all the problems we have. We have to create a system with renewable energies. But what are they? The sun, the wind, and other things. So the primarily renewable energies are the solar energy, the windy energy, the hydroelectric energies. This is one of the most important here in Italy. The ocean energy, the geothermal energy, the biomass. If someone doesn't know about the biomass, is like the gases from the poo of the animals. So it's really funny. And the last one is hydrogen. And I think that we have to think about a system to use all these renewable energies to create a better world, a better system for all our lives. And hydrogen, I think, is the most important, because opposite of the other ones, that they are bipolar use, because not every day will be sunny and not every day we have the wind.
So there is an availability issue.
Yeah. And I think hydrogen is the better one, because hydrogen is everywhere. And we can use hydrogen to warming up houses, ourselves, and also to obtain electricity, maybe using the fuel cells. And how can we obtain that? Hydrogen is, I think, the most challenging part, because it's a really unstable particle for our chemistry friends about this podcast. And it's unstable. They want to bond with other particles to create water or create something else.
According to what you say, hydrogen is aggressive and always wants to bond with something else to create another substance. So, how would you process hydrogen?
Oh, okay. This is the challenging part for hydrogen, because it's really good to obtain electricity and make movement and other things, but it's challenging to obtain and challenging to stores and also fills the tanks. There are many ways to storage the hydrogen. We can think about high pressure tanks or low temperatures tanks, like minus 250 degrees, and for the pressures it's 780 degree bars. So it's really expensive for someone produce hydrogen, and also it's difficult to obtain the hydrogen, the pure hydrogen. There are many ways to obtain. The two popular ones are obtained with methane, with Haber-Bosch process, but that will be produce CO2 emission.
So it's not clean.
It's not clean. And the other one is electrolysis, is the electrolysis process. The electrolysis process we can obtain pure green clean hydrogen. And this is good, but not we can think about, because we have some loss of efficiencies in electrolysis. We lost almost the 55% of hydrogen. It's demonstrated in a book that I read, Ammonia Fuel Cells, from Ibrahim Diner and Osama Siddiqui. We have a loss of efficiency, and also it's really expensive to produce them and storage them. So the writer of this book, they think about, and I also think about, the better way to use the hydrogen power in fuel cells and obtain electricity in other ways is create a compound like ammonia. The ammonia is not like hydrogen because we can storage at minus 30 degrees at 1 atm, it's like 1 bar pressure is our pressure on Earth. If we can think about that, we can put, I don't know, ammonia at 5 bar pressures, that's not expensive as hydrogen storage, and put them at 25 degrees.
So you said that ammonia could be a great substitution instead of fossil fuels. Then I have to ask, why we do not see it more often in the media or in the science field? What is wrong with it?
I think that because it's a competing thing.
Oh, so you say companies are preventing its development because they're competing with each other.
Also for that, but now we are seeing that all companies start to think about create something green. They start to go to the renewable energy. But there are two sectors of this renewable. The fuel cells with the hydrogen economy, and the batteries with the use of lithium or other metals to obtain electricity. Now the cheapest one is the batteries. It's not fuel cells. And also if we're thinking about in a consumist economy, battery is better because after 5 years of life, batteries have to be substituted. So a company can create a system with constant flow of money during the time, because people have to take the batteries and change them. In the fuel cells, like hydrogen, fuel cells in a long-term vision are more
sustainable.
Yeah, they are more sustainable about that. If the batteries will not be recycled, so I think that fuel cells are more sustainable. And if we think about the hydrogen economy, for be more commercial in mondial economy system.
Okay, so you say throughout the world economy, using the hydrogen will be everyone's favorite. The ammonia is only there to help the hydrogen. Our main goal is to use hydrogen, and the ammonia is going to help us to carry it, to transport it.
Yeah, this is
okay. So it's actually excellent.
Yeah.
I have to ask, can we use ammonia or ammonia energy maybe in our houses or in our industries, production, maybe transportation? Where can we use it?
Yeah,
is it dangerous?
Yes.
That was a direct answer.
When we think about ammonia, is the solution when we think about the storage of the hydrogen with no risky compounds. There are not high pressures and no low temperatures and be dangerous for people. And also for a company is more sustainable in cost. Thinking about use ammonia to storage the hydrogen and transport the hydrogen to other countries or to other companies. But if we think about that hydrogen and ammonia can be used everywhere, I don't think so. I think that the ammonia can be used only in some parts. Like we can use ammonia in fuel cells to obtain movement in boats, ferry, trucks, or other things that transport hard weights. Because fuel cells, they are better when we think about the weights, to move weights. For example, when we think about ferry, trucks, and cargos. And also, we can use ammonia fuel cells when we think about to generate electricity in that part of the world. It's really difficult to create an electrified connection. Like the scientist camp in Antarctic is like South Pole on the North Pole. It's really difficult to obtain electricity in that side. So we can think about to use ammonia generator to create electricity instead of use diesel generator to create less CO2 emissions.
What about the expenses?
The expenses is like the ammonia fuel cells is really expensive because it's an experimental thing. So
you say ammonia needs investment?
Yeah, I think I think that the best investment in ammonia is the green ammonia, because ammonia is created with Haber-Bosch process from hydrogen. So usually they produce ammonia with methane, so they create CO2 emissions. So the better part is do investments in electrolysis of the water to have more efficiency in electrolysis and also reduce the cost, maybe with a waterfall effect from companies and also from people that want to invest in these things. And I don't think that ammonia is the solution of all our problems, but if we can create a system with renewable energies, solar, windy, geothermal and the others, etc., and create and add an hydrogen economy with ammonia for transport the hydrogen, storage the hydrogen in a better way, I think that is the best way to create our new renewable system and clean system.
Okay, so that's it. Thank you so much for participating.
Thank you.
It was very informative. See you probably next week or so. Okay, take care.
Thank you.